Hey guys, it's John here, just doing a little bit of a information piece. We talk a lot about Avatar and Avatar Korra. So if you guys just want to skip that and just go to like the real meat and beans of the podcast, you're gonna want to skip to 34 minutes point 30 seconds. All right, thank you.
All right, what's good, everybody? Welcome to Socially Unsocial. We got your host here. In front of me, we got
Vlad. Hey. I don't know about the full legal.
I should have used. I should have used the 4-letter version.
Yeah,
it's fine. They won't be able to
John, bleep that out.
They won't be able to find.
Wait,
We got.
you know what? Let me. Wait. No one say anything. 5 seconds. Okay, now say Vlad.
Like, Vlad.
All right, I'm gonna take that part and then like put it over that.
Hey, in front of me is Vlad.
Vlad.
Anyways, to my left, I almost said right, even though there's no one to my right. We got John here. I was about to say your full name too, but after what we just had.
I mean, my name is so common. You could probably say my full name.
You to be honest, yeah, you're right. You literally have a common first name and a last name.
Yeah.
But I won't dox you on our third, fourth.
This is John. He lives at
at this address.
32211 and fucking.
If I dox him, I dox myself.
This is his.
That is also true.
Well, did you kind of dox yourself by just saying that we're together?
They don't know that.
Not like that though.
Not yet.
What?
Anyways, I'm Chris. Well, welcome. Here, you guys want me to immediately jump into a topic, or does someone have like a topic that they want to like throw in first? Because I can start us with a spicy one, but
you know what? I'm ready for some spice.
Some spice. All right, we had a brief conversation about this, but then I made us halt because it was starting to get very. We're getting in depth about it. So, a while back, this has nothing to do with the topic, but I'm just throwing the fact out there. We all took our bending test from Avatar. And everyone got their bending. Vlad got water bending. John got air bending, and I got fire bending. Before I get into... are you about to 1-inch punch the mic?
I'm seeing the distance between, like, my body and the mic.
Alright, Matt.
We're digressing.
So, with that, now everybody knows all our bending styles. What do you guys believe is the most dangerous / strongest bending in the universe? In the Avatar universe. So I guess, and Legend of Korra. So we're going full books.
See, I feel like this is a bit of a difficult one because there's just so many good ones. Like, for example, like firebending. You can create fire literally out of fucking thin air.
Yeah.
Like, that is kind of OP. Like, with water, you need to have water present, technically.
Or
so
water-like things.
Yeah, like, if you're in the middle of the desert, you're pretty much useless. But fire, you could use it in the desert, in the middle of the ocean, etc., etc. So I feel like fire is a bit more useful in the grand scheme of things.
But you go into air.
Yeah, then you get into air, which unless you went into space, like, you're pretty much covered. Or if you're, like, underwater, you're pretty much covered in all circumstances.
Because airbenders need air to bend, but there is no situation where an airbender would not have air. Otherwise, everybody would be dying. Pretty much, yeah. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
If you're in a situation where you don't have air, I don't think you're fighting at all.
Yeah. Because also with the air thing, I guess you're also capable of making vacuums as well. So you can...
Huh. I never thought of that. You can remove the air around somebody, not...
I mean, that goes into the taking air out of your lungs. It's just...
Yeah, you just reverse the vacuum. So now you create a vacuum inside, like, the thing.
You're controlling the airflow instead of it going, like, one way, you're forcing it to go the other.
Because when I think of, like, a dangerous airbender move, I think of, like, what you said, yeah, removing the air out of somebody's lungs. Which is crazy that they just do that in Korra. Like, because I always assume, like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, mature messaging in this show. But it's technically kind of like family friendly for kids. In Korra, I noticed a lot of people just straight up kill other people. They're like, you know what? Dead. You're gone.
That makes the show more interesting. I'd love to see the boys' version of the Avatar.
That'd be kind of fire, actually.
Like not not Juan, Juan.
Juan, Avatar Juan.
Yeah, not Avatar Juan, but maybe. I was trying so hard not to say Juan.
that's the realest Avatar, bro.
Not Avatar.
WHN, but like maybe 3 avatars after him, or like 2, or like the avatar after him just turned into the boys.
Avatar Kyoshi was.
After Kyoshi basically was the boys.
Yeah, she was like, I am not taking any prisoners.
You would actually stay alive for 400 years out of spite.
Damn.
And just be like, I am the Avatar, fuck y'all.
It do be like that sometimes.
She probably did a lot of like internal energy with that. How much do you think science and like atoms and like physical elements are in the Avatar? Because like, do you believe that when a firebender creates fire, that's them using their energy or ki to just create fire, or are they using the elements within the present universe to like create fire? Are they using? Do you think they're using magic or science?
I know that like originally, the creators of Avatar wanted it to really be known that bending is not magic.
It's not magic, so it's...
Which is why they like the sources. So I think it has to do with way fire is. It has to do something with probably the elements are in the air, because why can fire bend just lightning bend? It's kind of the same process.
Mm.
They're probably getting the way they bend causes friction in the atoms. It probably creates. I don't know why I did visual signs. We're in a podcast, but
you did it for me.
But they make the atoms vibrate. That probably causes fire to be produced, which probably means that somebody can do that at a faster / better rate. That's how they get lightning. But not everybody can do it, because then you get into like the rare, like how waterbenders can blood bend and like some like
you say that the creators didn't want to do magic, yet there is a guy who uses a bunch of like magical symbols and rites to.
I'm just telling you what they said. They want us to know it's not magic.
I feel like it's one of those medias which just like they say one thing, but as like they get more creative and the story more progresses more, it's very hard to tell like a definitive linear answer for like this fictional property.
Think they classify magic as like fantasy, like, and they want you to know that it's more like a spiritual like,
martial art.
Yeah, martial arts thing, because I know every bending is based off a specific martial art. No.
Martial art?
Martial art.
I would say so, yeah, because I know that it's very Asian-centric, so to speak. Like, even just, like, the names tend to be more Asian-centric. So I believe
except waterbenders. Waterbenders are, like...
Eskimos,
yeah.
I don't know if that's...
Well, I think... Well, because I think that... Depends,
indigenous tribe of the north.
I don't think
people.
all the water benders are from like.
I think that's more racist.
Oh boy.
That's fine.
But aren't there like other water benders from like different areas?
What I recall, it's like, oh yes, but like the two main ones, it's North and South Pole. They're like indigenous people, and then then you have swamp benders. But does that become like swamp benders are benders based off of their surroundings? Like, are they forced to be swamp benders because they live in swamps, so therefore they developed swamp bending?
There are water benders that were able to figure out how to bend the water in the leaves.
But what he's saying is, are they indigenous people too? Or are they a different race?
If you wanna get into like fan canon, I suppose is what you could say. You could probably think of something or say something like a couple of thousand years, a bunch of people from either the northern or southern Wander tribe were like migrating, and as they were migrating, they got stuck in this one place, they decided to inhabit it, and then over like the course of like 100 years, like these people created their own small society, and like in this small, even though it's only 3 people.
Yeah, I would say like definitely like there is a lot. It is a very Asian centric, I guess, themed show, like Ba Sing Se, for example, like that, just or Ty Lee. It just, I would say like it revolves very like Asian central type shit, even if there are different, I guess, ethnicities and stuff like that. So I want to say that yes, like the bending styles are all based off of martial arts forms.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if I understand, that's technically confirmed. Something I also like to think about that I guess kind of brings it back to the original question is, in base form, like all like no, so not including bloodbending, not including lightning, I always assume that the bending styles work in a wheel of like who can beat who. So if you were to put them all in a room, I've always assumed that water beats fire. Fire beats air, air beats earth, and earth beats water. That's always what I've assumed.
It's not.
I don't know if that's because I play a bunch of video games that
Yeah.
do that. But I've also found that that's a good way to act. I think that was just my way of like keeping it neutral, of like rather than being like, firebenders are the strongest, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, that's in a sense, because the writers are never going to tell you like this one's the strongest. So I'm like, they're probably going to tell us that. They're going to tell us something like that if we were to ask.
Mm.
What the writers do tell you is that one is not better than the other, but they're all just like,
Equal.
yeah, they're all equal. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses. One cannot like tower over the other.
Yeah, everyone's equal until an earthbender learns spirit bending and then takes your bending away.
Everyone's equal until the other two benders get something to increase their own ability, just like how water and fire have.
Because
Like,
what I was thinking was like, technically, wouldn't air cancel out fire? Because fire is based off of.
If you create the vacuum, yeah. But that's why I said in base form, because in base form you would light the air up.
but that's why I also asked them the science magic question. Because if you could just like get rid of the air, then they can't create fire. But if they create fire just on their own without any sort of science or elements around them, then they could still create fire even in a vacuum. It's just that the fire would like go towards like wherever the center point of the vacuum is.
Yeah, because what I was thinking is like when Aang is like fighting against Zuko, for example, he can deflect the fire with air.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine, okay, if he creates a vacuum, the fire would not be able to burn at all.
Yeah, it would go out.
Yeah, because
So even
fire
if they can
needs
produce
oxygen.
it magically, it'd go to a certain point because it would stop being able to like breathe. Like
Yeah,
fire
that's why
breathes.
like
I think I think there is actually a scene where he tries to hit him with fire, but he like creates a cone over his fist fast enough, and as soon as like it projects out of his hand to create a backblast and hit himself with his own fire.
I do think that's
believe-
the scene.
yeah.
Yes, I think that's
but
the scene.
it's like the same concept of like that's why like you shouldn't open windows or like or doors recklessly in a fire, because if you let that oxygen in, it'll make you like, for example, I really hope people played Baldur's Gate. There's a section where there's like a burning building, and if you just open the door, it will explode in your face.
Yeah,
and
like-
that is a real thing, like in real life, where if you let oxygen into the room,
It
it
expands
will
really fast.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
expand very quickly.
It's what firefighters have to deal with a lot. The original question was, what do we think is the most strongest bending?
Yeah, but my question composes everything. So
Yeah.
like in all,
Because I feel like a lot of people would end up getting into the conversation of like, it would be the bending style that results in the most unique variants of it. Because you could go down a rabbit hole of like earth, metal, then there's like calcium inside your bones because there's they were able to like bend like
I think I told you
emeralds.
that there actually is like a documented first bone bender, right?
Yeah. Then you go into like bone bending, like blood bending, air. It goes into like, you know, there could be a guy that could create like poisonous gas.
This is
or-
speculation, but there's supposedly energy bending now.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the question should just stay to like the four basic natures, and like which one do you think is the strongest or more powerful? Is that most
Most
powerful?
powerful or strongest, yeah, just like or most dangerous. Because I mean, a lot of people bring up, of course, like what you're saying, blood bending. Because a lot of people act like blood bending. I'm not gonna say act like. A lot of people say blood bending triumphs everything, but in my head, it's like, if I'm correct, blood bending needs a certain time of the year. They need a full moon or something, right?
Yeah. Well, more adapts.
Well-
bloodbenders could just do it whenever.
Yeah,
because Amon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Not just Amon, but his brother also can just do it on a whim.
Yeah, I want to say because I remember like I saw a clip in like Legend of Korra where I want to say Aang was like chasing somebody and he was able to use blood bending, and Aang got out of it because he went to the Avatar state.
That was the first appearance
Yeah,
of
that
Amon.
was actually what I was gonna get into. I was like, a lot of people say like bloodbending is the strongest and most OP, but you have to remember that also, bloodbenders can't do anything against spirit bending. They don't need to be Avatar to spirit bend.
I
That's
thought-
to learn later on.
I thought you were gonna say bloodbenders need to focus on one target.
That is yes, that
Well,
as well.
actually-
That's actually not true because again, Amon's brother, when he gets found out, he controls 5 people simultaneously.
I need to watch Korra again. I like fucking skimmed through
It-
Korra.
I
it's
never
the-
saw it, so
Spoilers
This is
It's actually
spoilers
okay.
for Korra.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is how Korra goes. Season 1, good. Season 2, Season 3, amazing. Season 4, it's hype.
It's like-
Season 3 though, that shit is absolutely god tier. Not better than the original show though. but it's God tier. Like in the realms of Korra, that's the best fucking season because that's when shit goes hard for no reason. I know at some point people said it wasn't on Nickelodeon anymore, and it was like Netflix paid to keep it going.
Yeah.
I feel like that's when Netflix paid to keep it going because that's when people are like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking like take the air out of your lungs." He tries to kill Korra by tying her up and giving her mercury poisoning because he finds out the mercury poisoning disrupts the Avatar state because she's dying.
That's hot.
And I was like, God damn. And then he cripples her.
She gets crippled a lot.
Yeah, damn.
She loses her bending a lot. Korra has it bad.
And then, no, doesn't he... What is it that causes her to, like, lose connections to the other avatars? It's because she gets killed during the Avatar stage.
I feel like modern technology would be able to, like, neutralize a lot of people.
Why? Isn't that what the new series is about to be?
Well, if you have a gun, Metalbender could just like do like point
Right.
them back at you.
But wouldn't it be like the same concept as like Magneto?
Yeah.
So you just need
Plastic bullets.
That also goes.
plastic, or if not, rubber bullets. Incapacitate them.
Yeah.
But then how do you, like...
They just, like...
Because a Nerf Bender, yeah, would just...
At that point, they would also be, like learn how to do Gaara's like sand like shield.
Because something that's faster than bullets is lightning.
That is also true.
Yeah, it's like, if you know you're gonna get shot, you're lightning bending faster than they're
But how can you defend against a firing squad?
You're not wrong. You would have to know that you're about to go against a firing
That's
squad.
right. What if you get sniped?
It's the preparing. Oh, if you get sniped, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
I mean, you had to.
Is
The
there
only
any-
person that can probably defend from a sniper's tough.
Just dodge it.
Yeah, because of her hearing.
Yeah, and the way the
it,
thing will work.
I don't know if it's a generational thing, but all her kids know how to do that.
Yes, I know. That's why there's.
So that means it's
they
something.
wear no shoes, right?
Yeah. Well, they wear shoes.
No, their shoes come off when they're gonna sense the ground.
Oh, I never noticed that.
They remember who's that? The Beifong.
Yeah, Beifongs.
When she's like gonna do something, she's trying to find something core. She does a thing in the metal around her foot.
She tries to
and
find
puts her
her-
bare foot on the ground.
She tries to find her family that are like being suspended in the air.
I believe like they actually categorize that as its own bending as well. I think it's really like what I call it, seismic bending or something like that.
Because when you get into the conversation of like which one is the most powerful, you get like into a rabbit hole of like so many different like variables and like situations. I'm just gonna say fire mainly because of like it seems like the most magical and it seems like the most
Also,
like
just like you remind me of something real quick. I don't want to lose it. Technically, in season 4, someone starts there's a metal bender that basically has a gun because they fight by throwing like small shards at people.
it's more like throwing daggers.
Yeah, they rip pieces off their armor and throw it at people as blades. So it's like a prototype gun essentially that they have.
We're just going to keep talking about Korra.
Go on what you're saying. I get what you're saying that like.
It seems like that it's my reasoning is it just seems like the most like granted divinity over like reality in a sense of you need something for all the other bendings whilst fire you just generated yourself. It seems like the most magical. It seems like the most like divine of like the four.
I would say it seems like the most practical.
Isn't fire the first bending that's learned as well?
I mean, I would definitely agree with that just because like a lot of mythologies, you know.
We're about to go back into Korra, but doesn't Avatar 1, he in his first step to becoming the Avatar is he refuses to give the fire bending back to the dragon turtle. So that's the first bending. It's great because they would share their bending, but he kept that one, and then he goes in to meet the spirits, and they teach him to master his fire bending. That's where he meets the dragons. So technically, fire is the first bending, which is probably also why it would just be produced.
I could also see it from like a mythological like standpoint of like in order for a planet to have life it needs air, water, and then in order for intelligent life to prosper they need fire, they need warmth. So you know a lot of ancient civilizations and also a lot of ancient religions, they have like this crucial part within the story of the beginning of man where it's like, and then they discovered fire, and that's what allowed them to continue living into a higher plane of like evolutionary creativity.
I can see that. You got water bending, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were granted your actual water bending right now, how fast would you think you try to go to bloodbending, or you just be like, I'm just gonna master my waterbending, like so much, like to the point where I don't even need bloodbending. I'm just him. I'm just that guy.
I don't think I'll go immediately to bloodbending. Like, yeah, because I feel like that would just be... I would need to master waterbending. But with waterbending also comes, like, ice bending, technically, too. Because I remember reading, like, waterbending, you can control the state that water is in.
Yeah.
So technically, you can also boil water at will.
I think I read that goes into it because you need so the way what I understood that the like branching things work because as we learned in like you did watch the original, so you know remember Zuko couldn't bend because of his mind state.
Yeah.
So for I understand, all the bendings can be affected by your state of mind and like who you are. So the reason some people are able to branch into other bendings is because they're benders that think like another bender, or slightly, or have qualities that make them another bender. So, from what I understand, the people that would be able to boil water and make steam would be people, waterbenders, that act more in line with firebenders. Which is why, to redirect lightning, Iroh teaches him he needs to think like a waterbender. Because he needs to let it flow like they let water flow. Otherwise, he would die. Because it would hit his heart.
You're right. I would say probably out of all the other bendings, I would probably end up being closest to firebending. So yeah, I would probably say that which then gets into like weird territory because then it's like, does that mean if I learn bloodbending, can I just boil somebody from the inside?
Yes.
That would be insane.
You probably could also
That would
just
be a
make
killer
them.
move.
You probably just could also make them explode.
Yeah, because I could just heat you up until essentially your insides melt. And considering your body is 75% water and daddy's thirsty,
That would be...
I would technically be able to destroy anybody. But I would imagine like it has to be limited by like I doubt I could just get from like 0 to 100 in an instant. But then again, they also create ice in an instant too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I believe you can alter it pretty much automatically.
Freeze all the blood in his body.
Yeah,
It'll probably be something where boiling takes more effort, but once you learn it, you learn it.
I would say I'd probably just master.
Or it could be an emotional state thing. Maybe you need to be angry enough to boil.
Or you're just so corrupt that you figure out how to like boil someone's blood.
I think I have the temper of probably a firebender.
I can see that. That's going to be my next question. You guys think I'd have blue fire if I was firebender?
No.
What does blue fire mean? Like it's.
I didn't. Isn't it because of like all the underlying anger that Azula has, and why she has blue fire?
Yeah, you definitely have.
I haven't looked it up. I'm pretty sure you just go on Google, look it up. But my fan canon is that because fire is seen as evil, especially because of how the Fire Nation just for like 100 years was just doing nothing but conquering and killing. So the idea of fire and being and seeing fire has just been glorified as it being evil. When the original like firebenders, the dragons,
I'm about to say that like it's technically not evil.
When they taught Aang and Zuko, they were able to see that fire is a lot more than just like destructive, a killing tool, a like weapon. It's life, it's energy, it's it's a spiritual like motivation of going forward. So, and a lot of the firebenders under Ozai's reign, he taught them, especially with his military, that like if you're weak, you die. If you're strong, you prevail. Crush as many people as you can going forward. So firebending is kind of like this, as kind of like passion and like your own rage and anger. The more that you hate, the more powerful that you come. The more that like you're, the more that like you're motivated towards a means to an end. The stronger you become. So you could come to the analysis that a lot of firebenders like use something with the idea that it is evil. So see how Zuko was. Zuko at the beginning had like the ideology of like a murderous killer, you know, so that's what he uses firebending for. But he had a change of like heart and was able to like be indifferent to like who he was and what he wants to do. Whilst Azula is pure incarnate, like just evil, and I think that's why hers is blue, because not only is she like, there's nothing that you could do to convince her to change. She is like a pure incarnated, like straight arrow. It's
well, that's
not
actually what I was going to get to my second thing. Isn't she technically unstable?
Yeah, she's
Yes.
unstable, so you could say that like she herself corrupted the bending, and that it's blue because she's corrupted and like
I was
messed
going to say
up
because she's crazy.
because she's crazy.
Okay. She's...
I don't know, I would say because
Perfect.
blue fire is hotter than red fire, scientifically, correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
So I was going to say, I wonder if it's a thing of like, it's blue because it's fire that's out of control because she's out of control.
imagine being so powerful within your own like ego, narcissism, and like just like sadistic
I,
that you change a state of like energy within like reality.
I would say that it's probably because although she is indeed unstable, you could tell that she's very angry, all things considered. Like, she was always very angry with her mom.
Yeah, 'cause that's why I remember reading. I remember reading it's blue because of her anger.
Yeah, like, although she is very narcissistic and, like, pompous or whatever, she's also very skilled at what she does. But her mom, anytime her mom was, like, brought up, she would, like, be absolutely enraged because she felt like her mom viewed her as, like, a monster. But that was also because their dad saw more
Of himself and her, no?
yeah inside of like Azula, so he was like, I want this one to be like my prodigy
I want that one.
essentially. But like essentially like the way that it went was Azula was daddy's girl even though she wanted her mom's affection, and Zuko was a mama's boy even though he wanted his father's approval.
Huh.
And if you notice in the show, they're basically at the same. They're basically have the same problem. The only difference is that Zuko got through it and learned from it, while Azula was
Destroyed by it.
destroyed by it because
like a skill
she didn't
issue.
never learn to control it. She was just doing stuff, and like that's why like eventually it just started eating at her, and she just became more and more unstable.
The way to the last Agni Kai and that shit hit.
Yeah, because the entire thing was Zuko. He's angry because he's like, I need to prove myself to my father so I can come home.
Yeah.
Now, of course, like their mom disappeared, which I think in a Avatar comic.
Yeah.
Actually, that comic is now available on Webtoon. I was going to start reading it.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's happening right after.
It's really good.
Yeah, like their mom is actually still alive.
Yeah.
And Azula actually like becomes stable after she kind of gets that closure of meeting like their mom again, right? So in the beginning of the series, Zuko is very angry. He's very quick to anger because he's trying to gain his father's approval. And as the series continues, although Azula has their father's approval, Zuko learns to like let it go, and he's like, "Fine, I don't need my dad's approval." But she never gets the closure of being like, I may not like my mom may have not been too fond of me, but like I also need to be like my own person, because at least Zuko had his uncle. Azula had nobody. Their dad, and their dad is,
Crazy.
yeah. So she never had the support system in order to become stable again.
Which makes it.
Ozai, who's Ozai's dad?
Ozai's dad?
It's not Roku. Roku and
No.
him were friends.
Sozin?
Sozin's comment. Yeah.
I think that's not his dad. I think it's like his great grandfather. I think there's like someone in between that didn't really do anything between Sozin and Ozin and Ozai.
Sozin,
fine.
Ozin, and Ozai?
No, I fucked up. between Sozin and Ozai, there's a guy in the middle that didn't do anything.
Oh,
Which
'Cause that's his
which is
great-grandfather.
Ozai's dad. Yeah.
yeah, because comment 100 years. Yes, it would be his great grandfather.
Because that guy didn't do anything because they already ruled everything. Like, the Fire Nation already ruled everything.
I think he
Then-
was like continuing the war.
Yeah, then I think Ozai came in. Ozai ramped everything up.
Yeah, it's crazy how they were just like, I don't care about that guy. like, we're not going to cover him at all.
He's not him.
Well,
He's
because technically, like, Aang was locked up all the whole time.
Yeah,
So it doesn't really matter.
isn't it crazy how the story only starts once he appears?
It is coincidental, yeah.
Yeah, technically.
I mean, that's the whole point
I mean,
of the
unless-
story.
It's because, I mean, the story before he appears is no Avatar. It's just a
It's just
Fire
people.
Nation winning.
Yeah, it's just, it's just people trying. They actually didn't win until he appeared. With very very funny. He actually came at a perfect time.
What do you mean? No, the Fire Nation already...
Well, it's like
There's only, like, a few cities that aren't controlled under Fire Nation control.
it's yeah, I guess because they're inside of like the Earth Kingdom, but they didn't like they failed trying to actually like get in, but they're outside the gates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because, like, that's, like, any post-war. Like, not every city's gonna fall.
Yeah,
Because, they succeed in what they want to do, bro. There's no more airbenders, bro. They're gone.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
They can commit a genocide. They kill a bunch
Like
of
real
people.
G's.
But my whole thing with that is, so let's say let's say Aang didn't get trapped, right?
Yeah,
You guys think Aang would have been clapped because that dude was like
Absolutely.
what, like 15?
absolutely.
No, he was even no, he's 12. I mean, he's 12. He's the same age.
Mm.
They would have clapped that dude immediately. He would have been gone.
So let's say
So, like, wait, when they killed all the airbenders, was that when he, like, that same time?
that's what. That's what
when
I'm
he
about.
got sealed away into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
water. Yeah.
That's what I was literally about to say. There are two different situations. There's a situation where he doesn't leave and he just stays, and then he gets invaded and killed. Of course, he's getting killed. 12-year-old against those guys when they have
Right.
Sozin's comment, absolutely.
Because what I was thinking, I thought it was that, like, in the time that he was away, that's when they eradicated, like, the airbenders.
No.
No, it was an instant.
It was
Because
like,
why did he run away?
he ran away because they
It-
sensed that the war was coming and they told him he needed to start his Avatar training.
That's exactly his commentary I was giving to him one day. I was
Well,
like,
because what I'm thinking is, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but
you're fine.
Actually, you are correct. In the original show, he runs away because he has the Avatar, and they do die while he's sealed. Not they don't.
yeah, because what I was thinking is, if they wanted him to start training as the Avatar, wouldn't I imagine that would be over the course of some time? So if he started training as the Avatar, wouldn't he have just unlocked all the bending styles and then?
except for fire, because he would have been fighting firebenders.
he wouldn't know they're evil yet. Because what Vlad's saying is that there was a time period, there was a gap.
Yeah, because I know he ran away because of all the responsibility that being the Avatar came with, and he was like, nah, like, fuck all that noise. But if, let's say he was like, you know what, yeah,
Well, I also know, technically in the original story, he didn't run away. We're getting confused with the live action. He was...
No, he ran away.
No. He was getting space by flying in the air on Appa, and he
Mhm.
fell asleep on Appa. He wasn't running. He was going to come
Oh.
back. And then, like, Appa gets caught in a storm, and then he gets locked away. He wasn't running. He was having a tantrum.
Mm.
Where in the live action, he's running. But in the show, he's just, like, trying to, like, be alone. This guy.
Mhm.
He wasn't gonna leave. He was basically just being like, I'm gonna go to my room. But he can't go to his room because his room's full of kids, so he went into the air instead.
He would have died in the war.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, bro had, mastered 3 elements and then got hit by a lightning bolt and died.
And that's because Zulu was around.
Ugh.
Like, he would have been during a time period where, like, no Azula or any of these people.
Did Azula create lightning?
I
No.
don't think so, no.
Like, so
No,
other
'cause
people
she
can do
learned-
lightning.
No, because
She learned it from Ozai.
Uncle Iroh, he knows how to do it. Like
Yeah.
he knows how to like deflect it and everything.
Yeah, because I noticed in the live action, they make it seem like she created lightning.
No.
No.
And see, I didn't watch it. I think I just need to watch both Korra and the original again because it's been a while.
Did you never watched the original, right?
I did watch the original.
Oh, you did watch the original.
Yeah.
I thought we had a conversation that you'd never seen the original.
That was before I moved here. You're probably thinking of an old
Oh,
conversation.
okay.
I watched it as I moved here because when I first moved to come to school here, I was on an airbed with a TV and I had nothing to watch.
Sounds
And
a good
I-
life.
Simple times.
Simple times. The
So I
dark,
watched Avatar.
the dark days.
The golden age.
That was not the golden age.
When things were less complicated.
I binged the whole thing and then I also
You know that was a golden age. Things were less complicated.
as we trail off. Like you said, you had a big topic. What you got, man?
Oh, I didn't have a big topic. I had a. Technically, I have two. I'll go with the lighter one. Right.
No, go with the. I was gonna say because he also has a big. You know what? Go with your lighter one.
Okay, so I was thinking about this today, right? So I was going through some reels, right?
Oh boy.
And and there was one where it was like, like me getting a haircut before her period because she'll be ovulating and she'll be even more attracted to me, right? And I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking ludicrous.
These are
right?
some good guides.
Well, it wasn't a guide. It was just like it was like jokingly like being like, yeah, I
I
need to
think
get
it's
my
like guides.
Yeah, guides.
It's like tips.
Tips.
Well, it
advice.
wasn't like a tip. It was just like, yeah, like I should like POV, like I get a haircut before her like period starts or whatever, and like while she's ovulating.
Yeah.
I understood the joke, right? And I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait, why is that? Why is ovulation before the period? And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait, isn't the period basically just like the flushing out of the
Yeah.
thing, right? So I'm like, wait, is the all right? Just follow along. just follow along if you can. So when I don't know if this is true for you guys, but I would assume it is. After a guy finishes, right?
Mhm.
Eventually, like you get the urge to pee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So, I assume that's because your body's just like flushing out like all the excess.
Yeah.
It needs to clean the sperm that's.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's essentially like to flush it out. So, is a woman's period? It's essentially like the same concept of like she's done with the horny, and now she's just cleaning herself
Well,
out.
if I'm correct,
Yeah.
periods make girls hornier.
No, it's ovulation, but ovulation
No.
comes before.
Ovulation makes more fertile. The whole process.
No,
makes them
during
horny.
ovulation, they
That's what I'm saying. The whole process, they're horny. Ovulation to period.
really, because they seem pretty fucking miserable during like the cramps and bleeding and all that shit.
I think there are some people.
If I'm correct, like
I
ovulation.
feel like I've heard that they're very horny during ovulation, but they're also horny during period.
I have seen and heard about some not instances, where like chicks are horny when they're on the period.
Don't you just love the fact that we're three guys talking about periods?
I was
I was
thinking
really-
someone girl. I was also going to say,
I
you
was
guys
really-
remember that I lived with a.
I wasn't
Right,
doubting
right.
that. That's why I also agreed with like the whole period thing. But as soon as you started, the first thing I was like, yeah, just three guys talking about periods and ovulation.
No, I was just
We're gonna
thinking. I
tell
was just
you
like
exactly-
thinking like because I like to. All right, so
You like to?
no. I like to think of concepts by relating them to the concepts that I do understand already, and just being like, oh, okay, I get it. It functions like that. So I'm thinking like, oh, it's kind of the same essence where it's just like, you piss after ejaculation, and just to clean everything out, flush it all out, and then be good to go, right? And then it kind of fucking clicked in my head where it's like, oh yeah, they ovulate, right? They're like horny or whatever.
Yeah.
And then in comes like the bleeding and the cramps and all that, funky jazz, right? And it's like, oh yeah, that's just. And I remember, I don't know the fucking specifics because I don't have a period every fucking month. Skill issue, by the way. But I remember somebody telling me, I don't remember if it was like somebody like a friend or whatever, reading it somewhere, that like it's essentially like a woman's cooter, fucking. Essentially, yeah, basically just flushing it all out.
It's a cleaning system. Yeah.
Yeah, like it is essentially like a cleaning system, and to like
It's getting rid of
Reset.
the egg.
Ovulation is like get pregnant, and if you before like the cleaning process happens, because once the cleaning process happens, then it's harder.
Those eggs don't work. So
So it's basically like the body it's basically the body and the system telling you, hurry up and get rid of this. Hurry up and hurry up and get the egg pregnant, because
and then you don't. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like, okay, we'll try again next month, but we gotta get rid of this one.
Yeah, because it grows like stale or whatever.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bakery, if you will.
I mean,
Right?
I was literally thinking of that same like analogy of like, you want to know the thing I said? It's like what happens when things go on rollback at like Walmart. It's like they really need to get rid of this, so they like lowered the price.
Yeah. It's easier to get a baby if you do it.
Yeah,
during that.
because like
nobody bought it, so it goes in the garbage, and you restock it.
If any like feminists hears this, they're like, did they just compare us to a fucking Walmart rollback?
it's because
And you know
we
what?
How the process works.
You know what? Yes, we just did, because that's a good way to understand it.
I mean, that's ovulation is just the body saying like, you're about to cleaning process is about to happen.
Yeah,
Get pregnant now.
Like it is prime time. Like the oven has been preheated, put a bun in it.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
And then like the bleeding and the cramps and all that shit is like, all right, well, I guess.
Ovulation is when like anyone with a breeding kink is at their highest, because that's you're gambling with the highest cards, bro. You're gambling right now.
What?
Yeah, it's very high risk, high reward.
There you go.
What was the topic again?
It was just like I just wanted to gauge your guys' like opinion of like, yeah, do you think I'm right in this, I guess, allegory of like it is the equivalent of a parrot is just the equivalent of when we piss to flush out the excess.
I'm gonna
Yes.
say no, because period and ovulation automatic. We choose to do the other thing.
Well, we
The
don't.
pee thing won't happen on its own if we don't.
No, your body tells you to pee because
Yeah,
of the,
Yeah, but I'm
like,
saying,
I
like,
get a strong urge to like.
What I'm saying, like, if a girl doesn't want to have a kid, they're gonna get ovulation in a period regardless.
No, but we're talking. Well, he's talking about the nature of
like the process,
the cleaning process.
Yeah, like it is technically just it is in the same vein of like, yeah, this is all for like the sake of flushing it all out.
He's not talking about that like they just don't get ovulated, bro.
Well, I know. I just mean in the sense of like, because what we're doing is very simple. Just like, yeah, you
I'm
bust
so
a
glad
nut
we're
and
talking-
there's some nut still in your cock. You
Don't
can
you-
fucking
Don't
pee
you
it out.
don't you hate that, bro?
Versus, like-
there's just some nut still in there.
Well, like girls are losing like
Don't you wish you could just get like
blood
a
clots
a
and
stick
like eggs.
and just like shove it back in like a
That's
like a fucking
that's a kink.
blunderbuss?
like a blunderbuss?
That's a kink.
No,
buddy.
That is sounding.
Yeah, sounding.
That's gross.
Yeah, it is horrifying.
I was like, what the fuck is I forgot who it was. I think it was somebody. I didn't have.
I just mouthed the name, but because I'm not gonna dox. But yeah, I remember we were waiting in line to get some tickets, and we had told a specific friend of ours to not look it up, and she was like, "No, but I'm curious." And
Oh no, I'm talking about the first time someone showed it to me. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
oh,
Yes, the first one someone showed it to me was basically the same. They did the same thing we did to her. They were like, "Do you know what sounding is?" I was like, "No, I don't know what
In
sounding
this
is."
day and
Like,
age,
look it up.
why would you look it up, bro? It's like it's like the
Have
whole.
you seen me? I'm a curious person, man.
Yeah, I bet you were the first one that was like blue waffle. It's like, ugh.
Actually, I did do
You're
that.
gross.
I went home. I was like, "What the fuck is blue waffle?" Ah!
And he was like, ugh, I could kind of get into it.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
uh,
I had to have like a zombie king to get into blue waffle.
oh boy.
God, I just love her rotting corpse. It's just really, really playing into my.
On that note, John, what's your topic?
Yeah, we can move on. We can move on. I'm sure the audience understands the.
I think we could ramble a little bit more, like how we did for Cora on women and just women's issues and periods.
Oh boy, I don't really care about. Not to say that I don't care about women's issues, but like I kind of like I'm not gonna talk about them because I kind of don't care.
Oh shit!
Okay.
I'm not gonna cough laughing.
Like, I'm not saying that I don't care. I just...
I want to let you know my increase in voice was not towards you. It was towards him, like, nearly sneezing all over his arm.
It wasn't a sneeze. As I was coughing, you made me laugh, but I don't really care about.
All right, do you want the funny topic or do you want the serious topic?
You know, I guess I don't know which one's which, so I'll go.
I'll do the funny one.
Well, yeah. You know what? We could do the funny one.
I'll do the funny one. There's a lot that you can go into here. I'm just gonna start off like with just one.
Yeah.
I also saw Instagram reel,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure you've all seen this reel before. It's just a conversation that we've heard about this before. But which anime community do you think smells the worst?
Smells?
Smells the worst.
Now, are we
Anime
just-
specifically?
No, not like the characters in the anime. The fans.
No, I mean like I can't do video games. It has to be anime.
Yeah, no video games. Like if you had
So
a.
just not like fandoms.
Did you say My Hero?
So-
No, it is fandoms.
No, but I mean like fandom, like just fandoms in general, or like
Yeah, fandoms in
specifically.
Anime, saying anime fandom.
Yeah, anime fandoms. Like if
Oh.
you had the fans of Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and like
Oh.
Naruto, which one do you think
Actually,
would smell
I'm
the
sorry.
worst?
JJK.
Nah, I think it's either My Hero or Dragon Ball.
Why?
I would
Why Dragon Ball? Because they all hit the gym, and
Well,
I don't-
okay.
actually, yeah, I would say they all hit the gym.
Well,
and-
if they hit the gym, then you would have to. I would hopefully believe that they would have some sort of concept of society, so they would like wear deodorant.
Because I see a Dragon Ball fan like the true. The thing is, like Dragon Ball's a hard one to gauge because so many people watch and like Dragon Ball that you can't tell like the true like hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like the hardcore fans are at the gym and then they're just going straight to your party. Like they're going straight to your house to play games.
Okay, I'm purely talking about like this guy clearly runs a lot of discords. Heavy
My
set, My Hero.
That's definitely My Hero.
Heavy set. Bad hygiene.
See, the problem with My Hero
Can't keep the
is
conversation.
I like My Hero, but the people that are really into the fandom are probably running Discord servers, and they're kind of low key pedophiles because all the people are children.
Isn't it weird? Yes. Isn't it weird that like there's so many?
know.
Isn't it weird that there are so many like children that like My Hero? Well, I don't know if they're children. They look like 18, 19. That when there was that whole trend of just like chicks cosplaying as Bakugo and Deku.
I got into My
Midoriya.
Hero like in freshman year of high school. It's been a while. Like it's been out for a while.
Mm.
But like their fandom like slowly deteriorated over time. Like I don't know what it was,
Mm.
or like people just started going crazy or losing brain cells as like more episodes came out. But it became like the fandom is wild, and
They're all cringe.
yeah, that's what I was
Absolutely.
gonna say. They're all just like shut up, get off the internet. JJK fans are annoying, but they wouldn't be sweats because you see a JJK.
What about female JJK fans? Because I've only heard the rumors, like the Gojo incident.
Well, that goes into my next question. Which anime fandom you think has the craziest chicks?
Because
Black Butler.
yes, actually yes.
Okay, you're
every
that was
sexually confused white girl loved Black Butler.
if we were on a game show, you would have won the top answer. That would have been the correct answer.
Actually, yeah, I would have no other answer. Like
There's nothing
the
else.
only other one that I could be like maybe would be Attack on Titan because of Levi.
Mm-hmm.
I have noticed that like some of the Levi stands are kind of insane.
Yeah. Well, Black Butler, I'm like, holy shit! You just unlocked the fucking
It's
like.
because like I remember every like weird weeaboo that I ran into, like I'd be like, oh, they're like, you watch anime? So do I, and they'd be like, I like Black Butler. I'm like, what is it? What is it with you guys? Like,
Are those the
they
same?
always do something strange.
Are those the same chicks that grew up to be the Makima stands, where they go on Instagram, they dress up like her, and then they put their heel on like the back of some guy?
Probably.
Are those the same
those
people?
are kind of bad to like. It's kind of hot to watch, but
They evolved.
But they
Vlad-
feel sane.
Vlad, how do you feel about those guys asking for Makima to step on them?
At
And-
cons, weren't you looking for one?
No, I didn't want to.
Whoa, whoa,
Hey, hold on, we're throwing some allegations.
Allegations, rumors.
No. I didn't want to be stepped on. I wanted a fucking Kabadon, which is
You're right, yeah.
a Kabadon. I don't fucking.
I forgot what
know.
character you wanted though.
I wanted Yor.
You're right.
It's a Kabadon.
Okay, so you know the trope in
You're gonna have to explain it very like
Yeah. Okay. So
because we're on a podcast.
yeah, I'm gonna see how I could do like stage direction. So you know how like in anime, let's say it's a scene, it's an intense romance scene between a guy and a girl, and the guy sort of pins the chick against the wall without really like touching her. He just kind of like slams his hand against the wall.
Yeah.
And he's just like looking down at her.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes of that. I've seen one where like a chick is like standing on one leg, and then her right leg is like on the wall, and she puts both her hands like above him.
Okay, so
You were almost there, and then you added another end to it.
Is it-
yeah,
I've
they're
seen-
like I've seen the ones, and people do fucking your, and they're like, yeah, $5 for a fucking cabinet, and she just fucking lifts her fucking leg up, and boom, right there, and she just does like the fucking like she lifts the chin like with her like finger, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't care what hard ass motherfucker you think you are feeling submissive.
Absolutely.
You are gonna
Oh,
feel
God.
as submissive as can be. Listen. I am unfazed by womanly charms more often than not. But I'm sorry if a broad did that to me, and she was smooth with it, bro, I would feel like a little fucking girl. I'd be like, stop it, like
Little
shit.
girl.
I know what kind of podcast we're on right now with my question of like what anime can you think that had the craziest chicks, and then this guy's saying I don't care, the broad puts her leg up, I'm swooning.
I feel like she fucking throws her fucking leg over my goddamn shoulder. She is standing.
I'm not gonna lie to you, to like add to your question, and since it goes to a little bit related topic, the Spikes family fandoms are either wholesome or they're all sneak freaks.
I would agree with
Are
that.
you a sneak freak?
Oh, there you go. Ask me that live.
Cool.
You asked me that live on the podcast.
What is it? What are sweet sneaks?
I was really about to ask, what does define a sneak freak? Just like you're
Sneak
normal?
freaks are like the equivalent of sleeper cars.
Isn't that just
It's-
like okay? I mean, wait, isn't that
Wait,
just
what
like
is it?
normal people? It's like I'm casual and normal, but then if I get into a situation,
It's because when
where
you
I'm
meet a
allowed to
normal
be-
person, people are assuming that like you meet a normal person.
First of all, never assume.
You're right, but you meet a normal person. Therefore, they seem very normal, so they're probably into very normal things, which means they are a very vanilla person.
Mm-hmm.
And then, dudes, after some time, now like
Dudes?
there are some things like
Bros.
BDSM, choking, all that is now considered normal. So sneak freaks are people that go way beyond that. Like a girl might be like, I like it rough, and then you're like, cool, she likes it rough. You know, it's slightly above normal. But then you get there, and she meant, no, I like it rough, but I'm on top. Now you're heading towards sneak freak like territory. Like, you know, you get there, she's like, take your clothes off. She puts a chain around your neck. You're like, what the fuck is going on? You're in sneak freak territory, buddy.
I think that's all fine. I think it becomes.
Oh no, I'm not saying I'd stop it. I'd agree.
No. I also think.
I'm not against it.
I also don't think that's too crazy. What is really crazy is when they're like, "Yeah, just punch me." It's like, what?
Yeah,
knock a
fucking-
That shit is a little wild.
Knock
yeah.
it. Knock a
uppercut
tooth
me.
now. It's
Yeah,
like I don't
just
want to hurt
uppercut
you.
me.
You see, I feel like, especially in this day and age, stuff like that is very common.
It's like when they say they're in
I
the
don't know
blood
that-
play. And
What?
you're like,
Huh?
you never had a girl tell you she's in the blood play?
Oh, I thought you said something else. I thought you said butt play. I was like,
No, I feel
Are
like
you saying that that's worse than blood play?
no.
No, you can play with my blood, but
Oh, yeah,
butt?
yeah.
You better calm
Yeah.
down.
Whoa
Blood
there,
is better
buddy.
than butt. What is that like symbol in math where it's like the alligator mouth? And it's like,
the
The
inequality.
greater
sign?
than
Yeah.
The fucking are you talking referring to inequalities?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Blood play is better than butt play. I don't want a girl. Don't want a girl touching my butt.
But you'll let her
Like cut you out.
cut you open.
Yeah, that's fine. I heal.
Hold on.
Alright, relax, Wolverine.
Hold.
I don't heal like that.
That'd be wild.
There is a circle of too extreme, and then just like, what are you doing?
So like you want her like to nick you?
Yeah, that's fine. Nicking is perfectly fine.
No, but what if she tells you like, I just like, as I come, I want to like drag a dagger like through your arm. She's like, I want to stab it right below your shoulder so it doesn't break anything and you can still move your arm, but like I just want to stab it in as I come.
has to be very blunt, and it can't.
Blunt.
Yeah, blunt. It can't like enter the epidermis.
I think that would be worse.
That'd be worse, yeah.
I mean, it's not.
Crush
It's
things.
yeah, but it's not going inside you.
No,
you know?
no,
It's
she's
like-
asking to stab you.
Yeah, it's
She's
blood,
gonna
right?
push it in.
She wants to see blood. So she has to
No,
like.
no. I'm not saying.
still-
I'm saying she wants when she comes. When she's done coming, the only thing visible is the handle. She wants to stab it in.
That's
Oh no, that is.
that's a crime.
Yeah, I think that's
That's not like a sneak freak.
She's
or like,
asking you.
That
It's
is-
not a crime
She's
anymore.
asking if she wants to stab me.
That is
If she
mutilation.
can, yes.
Yeah,
This is not-
That is
She
sexual
has
mutilation.
a thin dagger, so like she's like it won't be that long lasting. You know, there won't be too many side effects. I'm just gonna stab like yours thing, but thinner. Like I'm just gonna stab it in as I come. I just want it to go straight through. Trust me, I've done this before. I'm gonna miss all the bones. I'm just gonna stab it straight through.
It's like, what is she, a fucking ninja? Or what? How does she know to like stab me at a specific angle?
Isn't
that it's
that the question?
so it's not detrimental to
the
like,
question
my
is,
life.
do you believe her?
Yeah, at that point you're having sex with Jack the Ripper. Bro.
Yeah, at this point, she's just like murdering me. It's like she's stabbing me. Like
It
you're
is-
asking if this chick, she's not going to be able to open me up to the point where like she doesn't like reach like my muscle. You know, she's not gonna. What is she, like a culinary, like a decorative cake professional? She's gonna open up my like epidermis, like some sort of like sugar frosting layer of a cake, so it doesn't like
She's gonna
enter
fucking
like.
skin you.
So yeah, she's gonna skin me. She's gonna like not hit the muscle. Like use a like we have technology. Use some goddamn acupuncture pens or something.
That won't-
See, that's unnecessary. That goes into the Venn diagram of like kinky, it's like good, and then unnecessary. What are you doing?
So do you think there's like there's kinky, sneak freak, and then there's just like you're insane?
No, not insane. It's just like that's way too much. You yourself are like
In a different life, you would have been a weird serial.
you
killer.
were just doing a lot. Because there's doing a lot when you can get the same result with something just as much. That's fine.
Have you yourself?
Pour candle wax
been-
on me. What was the question?
Yes. Have you yourself been asked to do anything that you were like, that's a little bit out of the realms of, like that's a little crazy or a little too much, as you put it?
No.
Drugs.
Well, I meant
Oh.
sexual. I meant sexual. I love drugs.
Drugs. I can't do it.
I don't like that fen.
Yo, that'd be insane.
Who have you been with that was like, I'll let you hit if you do some fen? It's like,
What would you do if like you're making out with a girl and she taps your neck like this? You can't see it. Like just taps your neck twice, and then she's like, "Yeah, I just hit you with fent, baby. It's like absorbing through your
Oh,
skin
like-
as we stop."
I'm just like, oh no, and I just fucking start I start spazzing out. I'm fading away. I'm fading. I'm fading.
I'm reaching for my phone as fast as I can with what little sentience as I have. I'm going into our chat and I'm screaming as loud as I can.
I'm just poisoned.
I'm in poison. It's an execution.
It was all a setup.
So
It was a good
so
one.
you're trying to
That's
take me out.
Oh no.
So we got 3 minutes left. So
Actually, we have more because of all the everything we did at the beginning.
you're right.
Yeah, that is also technically true.
We got 10 more minutes.
But I suppose it is now upon you.
Well, I did my main thing. Most things that I have now are would be asking you guys questions of have you guys to watch this or that. So I don't know if you guys want to throw one of your topics in and see if we can do it in 10 minutes.
I mean, we
versus
could
doing
talk
that.
about
What?
like
What was your serious topic? If you want to reveal it.
no, it's just something I randomly thought about. We could talk about how for some reason people decided to go absolutely insane for the eclipse for
Is
some
that the
reason.
serious topic?
No, that's just a random one I thought about.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, I can elaborate on that, but I don't know if you want to use the last 10 minutes on that.
Yeah, like what? You don't want to reveal your serious topic in case we use it for.
The serious topic isn't that good, anyways.
So you want to talk about the eclipse?
Mm.
Okay. Because we're going to talk about that. Yeah. What the fuck?
I feel like
was-
I feel like the eclipse is literally just
It-
like a
it
10-minute
was-
thing.
It felt weirdly more overhyped than usual.
I completely forgot there was.
The
I
funny
was
thing
like,
is,
man, it's kind of gloomy today.
yeah,
That
I
is-
was
that
like,
is
I,
literally-
I
don't
didn't
know what
even
the fuck was
notice
going on.
I'm actually usually very hyped for special things happening to like the sun or moon, just because I like that kind of stuff.
Mm.
When this eclipse came, I was like, I don't care.
The last time there was an eclipse before this one.
Donald Trump.
What?
No, that was 2016, right?
No, there was another eclipse before.
There was one.
There's
after
solar
that?
and lunar. Remember one
Oh,
or the other?
Oh.
We had another eclipse
No,
before.
we had at least the solar eclipse. Was, yeah, I think that was in 2016.
Yeah, so but we had a lunar one before that. Because I remember specifically because I was at a game jam with one of our friends, and randomly while there, the guy hosting the game jam was like,
It's happening!
Yeah.
Everyone run!
kind of, well, not like that, not like that. He just randomly pulled out. He pulled out glasses. He's like, by the way, there's an eclipse. If you guys want to take a break and look at the eclipse, and everybody was just kind of like, oh, that's cool. And then like everybody put on glasses and walked outside. They're like, yeah, cool, an eclipse.
Okay.
And then he explained like how the eclipse affects the shadows, and they all look like crescent moons, based on how they like every shadow when there's an eclipse starts to form a moon.
Mm-hmm.
And then we all went back and continued our game. Like it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah.
If you saw my shadow, like there is no eclipse, but it just turns into a crescent moon, how would you feel?
I'd be like, damn,
I think
we figured it out.
I think it would cause a panic that like hundreds would just like rile up and like rage in anger.
You guys have neither of you guys have seen Solo Leveling.
No.
Okay. Well, actually, this wouldn't be in the anime yet. I guess there's gonna be a little spoiler from manga wise.
Are you going to give Solo Leveling spoilers?
Damn straight. So you better start reading if you.
Get to
later
it
on,
now.
like how much do you guys know like of Solo Leveling?
He steals people's
I don't
powers.
really know much.
He does not do that. So
He when he kills something, he gets it. He gets it.
what? No, he only does like twice.
Oh.
He locks in.
He gets the ability later,
Mm.
which he acquires it at the very end of season 1. So I mean, if you've seen season 1, technically you know this is not too big of a spoiler.
Right.
When he kills something, he creates like a shadow of it.
Mm.
So.
Isn't that basically what I said?
No, you said he steals their powers.
Well, he has them, doesn't he? And he could use them whenever he wants.
Them, yeah, like he
Yeah.
can't do their stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So
It's like he's a necromancer.
So-
That's literally what he is.
Yeah.
so,
necromancer.
Persona. Persona.
Yes, kind of. It's more like necromancy because it's literal necromancy. But
let's
yeah.
just give giving him different things.
Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one. Yeah, Pokemon, Digimon too, right?
Yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like get too into it. The thing is, later on, as people like getting like the ability, because they have like that thing in the show where like it's like when you look at somebody, you can tell how strong they are. People that are strong enough can kind of tell what people's ability are. When they're people are strong enough, when they look at his shadow, what they see is an empty void that's filled with all the soldiers that he has. So it's like a bunch of like night, like eyeballs and like eye holes looking back at them from his shadow, or sometimes he has no shadow depending on what he's doing. So I was gonna say, how would you guys feel one day I'm walking and you guys just see from like you're walking behind me and in my shadow it's just eyeballs looking at you?
I would think you're like the Antichrist.
I probably wouldn't be too threatened because I think it would be like I think those are all your Snapchat scores. Like it would be
All his streaks. That
all his streaks that he
He did it.
has. He has he has the 10 Millennium streaks. He could summon us.
What's the highest streak on Snapchat?
Fucking
Without
nothing.
doxing people, like who's your highest streak?
No one. Nothing.
I never understood
don't-
the hype behind streaks.
I've never had like a streak.
I know people send you streaks. So again, without doxing, who's your highest streak?
I literally do not know because so many people have been like, "Hey, streaks," and I'm like, "Yeah," and then I completely forget about them. And like after like the fifth time, I'm like, "All right, this seems a little tedious. I don't understand streaks." Because here's the thing: if you said, "Oh, let's keep a streak," but we're doing like we're having a conversation,
That's what I usually
That's
try to do
fine.
with people. I try to do that with people.
But if you're just sending me a picture of a thing, I don't give a fuck.
Listen,
What if it's a
listen,
pipe
I'm, this is not what I wanted this to turn into, but I'm glad you opened this. Every time I do streaks, like I don't take the same picture and send it to everybody. I don't do that shit. I always take a picture per streak, and I usually type something based on what you sent, so that it starts a conversation. So we're not just sending random shit. Black screens and pictures of random objects are the fucking worst shit you can do on Snapchat. Just don't send anything. It's the same thing. You can send the streak later.
Yeah.
If you don't have time to send it now, just do it later. You don't have to talk though, but send the picture of something interesting. Like I don't fucking know.
Like a
I'm
nude.
watching this show. Yes.
This man's heated.
I'm just saying, it would be very. Listen. You know how like a picture is worth like 1,000 words. What is a nude worth?
Well,
Million.
if it's under 18, take it to jail.
Yeah.
None, because seeing a news should leave you speechless.
None, because I care more about the personality and mind of an individual rather than their
I'm glad that
physical.
nobody noticed that I almost fell backwards.
How many gallons of iced tea is a nude worth?
Holy shit, this man's asking.
No way that fucking. Did you see the neurons going to this man's brain? Vlad, have you ever heard of something stupid called boy math?
Boy,
Sure.
man, what the fuck? Is that equivalent to girl dinner?
No. No, it's more of like, Vlad, have you ever seen something and it's like, that is worth like say you saw something that's like, that's worth $180, right?
Mm.
Let's say you're going on a trip with your friends, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we're all going to go. It's going to be great. Ticket is $180. You see the ticket, you're like, that's worth 2 games. Like, is this trip really worth 2 games? And
Like,
then you think about
I
it,
do
it's
that a
like,
lot, actually.
I actually, yeah, I would say that's pretty accurate. Of like, damn, like $50, I could get multiple meals from McDonald's.
Yeah.
and
No,
like, I don't-
$50 is $10 and the DLC for Elden Ring.
see?
Yeah.
You saw that?
like
That was passive boy math.
I would say boy math. Like it is.
It's not
definitely-
boy math, it's men math because you're thinking
yeah.
about time and money.
Like it's like yeah,
You're right.
actually yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're
so right.
It is like the standard Sigma male mindset.
Oh my god, what did I start?
I'm joking. of
Because
course,
boy
but-
math is how many candy bars equal this game. But men math is, if I don't go on vacation with my family in Thanksgiving, can I buy Dragon Dogma 2?
Boy math is how many Snickers bars per Snapchat score should I talk to this girl? Men math is how many $1 items at the Taco Bell menu can I get versus having to spend the gas to go to Walmart to buy that stuff and then having to make it.
Absolutely. That's me every day.
Hey, see?
Yeah.
He's the
Like,
propagator of men math.
we weigh the pros and cons of each purchase
Of
and
reality.
or event, and then we decide our course of action based on that.
See, some people, they just like live life on autopilot. I'm constantly aware that I live
Like
within reality. What?
Like who? Like what group of people?
Individuals. Individuals, like, you know,
So throw on the spot. Who?
just,
Who are you talking about?
just individuals as a mass, you know? I constantly look at my reality and I weigh the pros and cons of my existence entirely.
Mhm.
Like, what am I doing? How is that benefiting me? Like, the money that I have to do in it, and like, how can I use that to like weigh and like leverage the like, future events?
Do you think?
So who are these individuals that you were? I feel like you were
Yeah,
onto something there. Can you like?
I was.
I feel like you know more
Well,
about those individuals that you were making commentary
I'm gonna
about.
pivot. You know, I'm gonna segue from that on to this new topic.
Okay.
I'm trying to see how I can formulate the question without
Doxing somebody?
not
We're
doxing, causing some sort of controversy.
Controversy. You?
Um,
You've never caused.
I was thinking about this today, and I'm like, I guess I'll just pose the question. And I guess people are free to comment down below.
Oh, here we go.
Are
We're included. We're audience interaction
yeah,
already.
you know, this would be very interesting, like to gauge people's opinions. Are furries like the forbidden trans people?
Because they are actively animals. There's a lot of words that are moving through that sentence.
I'm just okay
Because
like,
there are
okay.
people that
they like okay. Look, this was my
are
rationale.
actively engaging.
Mind you,
in-
I thought of this at a Culver's while I was eating chicken tenders and fucking.
that's
fries.
where all the best thinking happens.
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't-
Culver's has been hitting. Culver's has been hitting.
I was thinking like, okay, like if we just kind of do like a side by side of a Venn diagram of sorts, right? Furries
Yes.
have a fursona,
Mm-hmm.
which is them,
Yes.
right? And they feel comfortable, or more comfortable,
In that,
immersing themselves in said fursona,
like VR
which is-
chat.
which is like they feel like that's the real them, right? But nobody likes furries except furries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like they
I don't
feel.
Are furries part of the LGBT community?
I don't know.
Or are furries separate?
That is
Furries are a fandom.
separate. Furries are
Or
a way of
s-
life.
like
religion,
because they have their own
perspective, if you will.
I would just say, like, I don't know. What is your opinion? Like, do you feel like they're like, you know, in the same vein?
Can you repeat the
or-
question for the people in the back?
Yeah,
It was are furries and what?
I believe. Don't worry, I got you. He said, "Are furries the forbidden trans people?" That is what the question
Yeah.
posed on the table is. That's what we have here on the hot board.
Yeah, because listen, even as liberal as we are in the year 2024, it is still very commonly like known that like furries are a territory that you don't want to necessarily like delve into.
If you're not a furry,
Assuming you're not a furry.
if you're a furry, you jump right in. I have noticed it's very hit. There's not a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I kind of look at furry stuff. It seems to be very like you're one or you're not.
Yeah.
While like the only time that a mid ground is ever brought into question is cartoons. Older cartoons specifically. Now I've noticed if you do it in a newer cartoon, they're like, "What are you, a furry?" But when they talk about old cartoons, it's like, "Oh yeah, Lola Bunny was hot."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I had a crush on Carmelita Fox from like Sly Cooper. Like she would wear like this fucking crop top, like leather jacket. She was Latina. She had the hips. She had the like she was looking good. Not to mention my favorite animal was a fox. So I was like, bro, she's the whole package. She could shoot me with her electric gun any day.
Sounds fiending.
I want to see how long it would have went.
I don't know.
John, who were your cartoon crushes as a kid?
Minnie Mouse.
That would be one.
Oh wait, is that you?
No, that's a joke.
Okay.
Cartoon crushes, not including furries or including furries.
You know what? What are your childhood crushes from
child-
TV shows?
I
Specific TV shows.
don't have any.
I would say, are these exclusively like cartoon, like animated?
Because I feel like John wouldn't have a lot of cartoon ones. I'm just gonna open it up to it's just like kids, like so shows you watch, but like we should cap the age though. So before the age
I mean,
of,
like if I'm watching her and she's 16 and I'm 16.
no, that's not what I mean. I mean the age that we were. So like, and not because of anything like perfect. It's just like if you watch a kids show while you were 18, it's not the same. So I'm saying like from let's say age 15 down, shows that you would watch at that time.
I never had a sexual awakening while watching any like female cartoon.
I would say like I had crushes on them, but I wasn't like damn.
Because I know there's a lot of
she looked good
people.
naked. Like I never really had that.
Just hearing a guy say that, or just like she looked good naked.
Yeah. Shit, if I can see her with no clothes.
I like that dress, but imagine taking her off.
Googly movies. Whoa. I would say. Well, I'm pretty sure. Like Azula. Azula, 110%. Azula was
I
just.
can fuck with Azula.
But when she's still 14, right?
What?
Continue on.
Listen, I am not into underage people. Not to mention, when I was younger, I always thought she was like 17.
I did
or
think
18.
the Avatar people were older when I was younger.
I didn't.
And I don't know why, but they were all like essentially like 14 to 17 years old, and I did not know that. I thought they were older.
Child soldiers are my favorite in any military.
I know, right?
I think I had a sexual awakening when I saw Tsunade from Naruto.
Tsunade.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Or what
That's
about
understandable. Hinata?
Anko.
Who's Anko?
Snake Lady, right? That's who you're gonna bring. Who are you gonna bring up?
I was gonna bring up the
It's so crazy what
not
they did to her.
not the Raikage. One of the Kages, the one with the blue.
Redhead, that lava bender.
That's not until she put in there. I was already in high school.
Lava bender.
Okay.
That's the Mitsukage. That bitch bad too. that lava kiss?
The one with the red eyes and the like shaggy like black hair and the fishnets.
She was
That's
Leaf Village.
She
was a Leaf Village, and she
Kurin?
had a kid with the guy that like.
Yeah, like she was bad. Like I liked her art style a lot.
Absolutely.
We can't end on this. I'm gonna be like we have to end, but we can't end on this.
Shell from El Dorado. That's a classic.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Just a big booty Latina.
I actually never seen El Dorado, but I know who that is.
El Dorado is good.
Well, let me tell you something. The animators knew what they were doing.
Absolutely.
Because my God, there are some scenes where you're like,
Right here. I need to go to the bathroom.
I'm fiend.
I need to
Even,
do this.
the thing is, like, even when I was a kid, like before I knew what a boner was, like, you could, like, it did.
The energy was there.
Yeah, like the energy was like, I like this for some reason.
You got that dog
like,
in
this
you?
is very, this is very like appealing to me, and I don't know why.
Bringing on an energy over my body.
Yeah, like she's not naked or anything like that, but she's her outfit is kind of like okay, and like her curves are like okay, and you feel it. I'm telling you, just look up some clips, and you'll be like, interesting, very interesting.
I never had any sexual awakenings with any of these cartoon characters. I knew that a lot of people had for some reason, a sexual awakening with those goth vampire band people in that one Scooby-Doo movie. A lot of people,
Hex Sister.
yeah, Hex Sisters or something like that. A lot of people
I do
had,
remember the ghost rock star from Danny Phantom.
yeah.
Oh,
the-
yeah, she was bad.
no, it's the genie,
the
bro.
genie,
What are
yeah,
you
the
on about?
the genie was looking kind
The genie. You kidding me? Bro, buddy's picking the bottom of the barrel and the genie's right
I
there.
don't know what the genie looks like. I think I gotta look
Bro,
that
the
up.
genie. Oh, yeah, the genie. You kidding me?
The genie goes, bro.
This is what we're gonna end on. Oh my gosh!
I love it.
Oh my god.
Of
this bitch
all
is
of
looking-
them, even
It's
the
on me.
humans.
It's on me.
The,
Like,
the fucking
Oh,
genie.
okay, I do remember
Is
this.
it a Mesmera or something like that?
I don't know her fucking name is. I don't care. She's
Oh.
just hot.
You know what? I'm gonna binge Danny Phantom.
She doesn't need a name.
I wish Danny Phantom has so much potential. Anyways, yeah, Shigo. Like they were
Shigo
like
was
the
very good.
Scooby Doo chicks. Like there was nothing that like gave me like a sexual awakening watching this cartoon.
Yeah,
like, oh my God,
I
that
think. I
one-
guess sexual awakening is kind of strong.
Yeah. I'd say crush.
Or
Like,
just
I wasn't
like-
out here being like, damn, I want to fucking
or
plow.
like the like
Oh,
I
boy.
got interested. Or I'm saying like the whole. I became very interested in blonde hair, blue eyes because of this character from this show, or redheads because of this character from this show, or like brunettes because of this character from this show. You know, like goths. I never got a type from watching a cartoon show.
I understand.
Makes sense.
So you never got your victim type from like a cartoon.
If victim type implying like would I stalk them at like 3 a.m. and then like figure out all the weaknesses in order for me to create the perfect
like
murder
victim type basically just means like your preference
of slaughter.
of not necessary slaughter,
I'm going to murder
but
her at
just
the end of
like
the
your
night,
victim
right?
type. Like if you, I guess
Because I'm
I
going to
guess because you say victim type, it does kind of imply that there is some sort of malicious intent.
Yeah.
But like victim type is mainly just preferences, like general preferences,
Like,
like
what is-
stuff that you like.
like my neuron activation. As soon as I see that one person, I'm
Yeah.
already planning
Kill
like a
them.
16-part like manipulation for them.
I was.
What? Go on.
When you know when you're like at the gym and the chicks are like wearing the really like tight like shorts,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's my victim
like
type.
like I'm sorry, but it's very it's very revealing, and I
Don't worry, I'll
don't.
pivot off your question. Are you guys enjoyers of camel toes?
Yes. Next question.
Listen, I feel like at this episode I've came off like a huge pervert.
I
and-
never. Absolutely not.
But like I'm just listen. As a avid buttman,
Oh, okay.
I feel like those shorts are very nice to look at, even though
researcher of ass,
yeah, a scholar, if you will.
a scholar of the buttocks,
Heine.
Yeah, I as a thorough
a cheek bandit, as they say.
All right, that one will send you somewhere.
yeah, that one. Yeah, that does has some implications.
That should have been the name of this podcast, the Cheek Bandits.
Three Little Monkey Men.
Yeah, I actually like the Three Little Monkey Men
Oh,
jumping on the bed.
the mama came
One-
inside and.
Haha!
Let's go.
One jumped so hard,
No, I
and
didn't mean
landed
like.
on golf girls.
And the doctor was like, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
And then he shot the mom. That was his victim type.
Wow.
Fucking plot
This
twist.
is a hell of a
No,
story.
the fucking doctor calls Child Protective Services because he's like, how the fuck do you have 10 kids and all of them are dead?
Taxes, bro. Oh,
I
I thought you were making
This
comments.
was
Tax
during-
breaks.
Tax
This was
breaks.
during the fucking Industrial Revolution. They needed like as many kids as they could to get some-
How many kisses per kid? What?
They needed a lot of kids in order to get a lot of money
Yeah,
or a decent amount of money.
it's because the kids wouldn't last through the
Actually,
winter, so they would have to kill them. I mean, they wouldn't.
Yep, they went into their fucking rooms and just snapped their necks in their sleep. Just be like, little Timmy's
Not
not.
that little Timmy's not going to be able to make it. I got to put him out of his He's like, no,
Like
Dad,
a-
Dad,
so
I
he
got,
can
I
like
got,
fucking
they
I got the fight in
they
me.
take
I can do it.
They get a fucking dagger and they
Yeah.
just like go.
Molly, get in here.
And they just cover their mouth and just.
You need to know what happens to the weak. Molly, get in here. Kill your brother.
It'll be painless.
And then she takes them, and then after she like stabs his heart, before she's able to actually stab him, he dies of a heart attack. But then as soon as she enters his body with the knife, she's able to conjoin their souls so that she could actually summon him, and she has a stand now.
I think there was a game like that.
Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah. I don't think that's how it necessarily happened.
No, that's
but
how it
I think
happened.
There's a game. There's a
Yeah.
game like that. But we don't speak of that game.
What's your victim type?
What?
What's your victim type?
Oh,
Like if you see her like in a car, like in the middle of an alleyway,
yeah.
just like
Drive down.
Yeah, I don't.
nodding off, like just like like in the middle of nowhere. There's no one around.
Okay, just
You know?
just for the audience, like a bit of a clarification. Victim time doesn't mean like you are. This is the person that you would idealistically like to sexually violate and or kill. This just means like your preferences in like people, I guess. Usually, typically of the opposite sex.
Mm.
Your preferences, your fucking type. Let's just put it like that.
Okay, so what are your preferences for the perfect murder?
The perfect murder.
Yeah,
Am I doing the murdering?
yeah,
Am I
of
being
course.
murdered?
You're doing the murdering.
I'd like I'm a very like Assassin's Creed type. Not in the sense of like a hidden blade.
You're gonna jump off the roof and land on someone?
No. My perfect murder. I think a murder is done perfectly if I can be in and out in a social situation and you do not notice that I just killed that person.
Hmm.
So if I can like do a quick like, oh yeah, this nice movie we're watching, hit you with like a syringe, and it's like, anyways, nice day, and keep walking, and just like later you hear a crowd screaming as that person just like poof, onto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect murder for me. Like that.
So you laced them with Fent?
Actually,
oh my fucking god!
yeah, it's
You're
not-
right.
it's not bad.
Random
I can fuck someone up.
Don't say that.
Oh,
Random side tangent. You're going out for a girl. It's going great.
Yeah.
Like, we're already on like the 10th date. You go to her house. You think something's going to happen.
yeah.
You start kissing her on her chest. You start,
Oh, okay.
you're undressing. She's undressing. And,
Okay.
you're getting closer to her neck. You start licking. Then you like go to her ear. Then all you hear is her like moving around. She puts a needle on your neck and then she takes out a box.
She's like, put your hand in the box.
She's like, put your hand in the box.
Put it in the box.
Do it.
Do it.
You put your hand in the box?
I'll put it in the box. Shit. Who knows? It might be the Quizakai.
Like her box or like an actual box.
She pushes the box right on the vagina.
Shit.
Well, I mean, I guess
That's a real test of courage.
so
you gotta
It's a
do-
real test of
So
courage.
you gotta do it blindfolded too.
She blindfolds you? I never said
Oh
that.
man, that would be well
You
because
gotta make sure you're in the right box.
Just slap it like that. What do you mean?
What if she's like, oh, it fell, and then you just fucking
Yeah.
She's just like,
Well, the correct
Can you imagine?
the correct thing is to grab her wrist, twist it, and then put her arm around your shoulder, and then just throw her over
like
your
a
body.
judo throw.
Can
Yeah.
you imagine fucking one of the women from Dune? Like, what do you do if, like, halfway in, like, she voice commands you?
Okay, everyone, thanks for coming to the Unsocially Sociable podcast. We're going to be wrapping things up.
All right.
We're going to be having some goodbyes. Why don't you finish what you were saying?
Okay, before I give my farewell, I'm just saying, like, you're thrusting, you go in, and then, you know how a girl usually goes, like, oh, harder.
Well,
but
I
she
would-
doesn't even, like...
I
Well, she's told...
The girl doesn't, like, ask you to go harder. She hits you with the hard, and you get, like, that ringing, and then, like, you know, and now you're forced to do. Like, she hits you with that voice attack.
Mm-hmm.
That voice spell.
Uh-huh.
I forgot what the fuck the power's called.
I think it's just called the word.
Is it the word or the
Just
voice?
say power word.
The fucking, yeah. Paul's power, bro.
And Paul's power.
Which, you know, I guess, another quick note before I end. When he, spoiler for Dune 2, but it's not a big spoiler, when he hit that bitch with the silence! I was like, yeah, he's cold, bro.
She holds person on you and it starts jerking you off.
That's insane!
And then she, like, throws it into her hand and she, like, touches your face with it.
Alright, that's my farewell. Alright, guys. This is Chris, this is my goodbye. It was great talking to y'all.
I don't even know what to do. I can't one up that. That is a very, like...
That's why I'm going to give my farewell. You guys can say your goodbyes and then we end it right there.
Yeah, you know what? Ciao, bro. Like, I don't have anything to add on to that or to elaborate.
John, you can go and say bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining the Sociable and Unsociable podcast. That was your special boys, Christopher.
Full name, full legal name. Yeah.
Listen, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Christopher,
Christopher,
do step up to me.
Christopher X, Jonathan Z, and Vladifer W. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful night.
W, like West. Never mind. Just whatever. Just